ripped up my hand a little bit.
I know run support's always a big part of safety's job, but in a game like this, is it even more important than normal?
We just do what we do, you know what I mean? They're just executing the call. We see it all through fall camp, all through spring ball. Those guys are no strangers to being in the run fit. Definitely have some dangerous backs, so it's going to be important that we attack the thing with proper leverage and get the thing on the ground.
What have you picked up the most on Hill, their running back, just kind of what you've seen out of him?
Just seems to be a really powerful runner. His lower body seems incredibly strong, unbelievable balance, great burst, great vision. I mean, he's going to be a challenge. I can't imagine there's too many better than that in the country.
He had his biggest game of the season last year against K-State. He went for 200-some yards, a couple touchdowns on the ground. Have the guys said anything about kind of making up for that performance yet?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe individually, guys hold some grudges on some things that happened a year ago, but it's a fresh chapter, really. I mean, new scheme, new way of looking at things. We're not the same. They won't attack us the same. Certainly they understand some of the personnel things that they have, though that's an advantage to us.
Go ahead.
This week's quarterback situation with Mississippi State is just so up in the air right now. Between injuries and everything, they said they could have as many as 4 guys ready to go. How tough is that for you?
Well, it's tough. It's different because they're all different. I imagine they're going to run the quarterback no matter who it is. Some of them probably run better than others. Some probably throw better than others. But I don't think their package changes a whole lot depending on who's taking the snaps. I think that they do what they do. They're good at what they do no matter who's doing it.
Coach Klanderman mentioned having to rotate more bodies in because of the heat and humidity and all that stuff. How will that work as far as you guys are concerned? If safety, does it mean Jonathan Alexander, for instance, may have to play a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had a rotation up. It hasn't come into fruition too much these past couple of weeks just because we haven't had to play a lot of second half snaps. So that's a concern too. I mean, we haven't really gone the distance yet, but we've got guys that are on the ready up. It was great to get those guys opportunities last week, because we were, in command a little bit. So Jonathan Alexander's got a chance to play a little bit more. The Tyrone Lewis got a chance to play a little bit more. Ross Elder, some of those guys got some more game snaps, which is valuable.
I was going to ask about Tyrone Lewis. What has he done to kind of show that he deserved that opportunity to get on the field last week?
He just is. His body is ready. Mentally probably not, in the same playing field with everybody else yet. Because it's all new to him. I mean, the scheme is new, of course, but college football is new to him. But his body is ready. I mean, as far as just being strong, being quick, being aggressive, playing fast, those are the things that he does that impresses us.
How much different is practice during the week when you're going up against a team where your safeties might have to come in and help as run stoppers as opposed to staying back and defending the pass?
We're doing it every week. We do what we do, and that's the great part about our package, I feel like, is that, do things change week to week? Certainly, but those guys are no strangers to being down in there. So that isn't going to affect our mentality one iota.
How do you evaluate Jonathan Alexander and what he's done through 2 games this year?
He's been put in a difficult position. We had an injury to John Durham last week, and so Jonathan Alexander actually played nickel last week, which was a new position to him. He's been working at strong. He's been working at free. Obviously, last week he worked at nickel and strong, so he's been all over the map. It's been difficult to get a great gauge on him, but he's been phenomenal in what we've asked him to do. I mean, he's got playmaking ability. He's got coverage ability. I think he's been very, very solid. We're not afraid to use him in any situation.
No, it's not necessarily your position, but how helpful is it to have an old safety and a physical presence like Jaron McPherson playing nickel against a team like this?
Oh, that's awesome. It's awesome. And I also like the fact that Wayne Jones is an excellent communicator, and to have Jerron on the other side of it as a great communicator just helps everybody. It helps not only us, but it helps Eli Sullivan, it helps Daquan Patton, it helps the corners. I mean, having that kind of those guys opposite each other is a big deal.
When was the last time you can remember facing a running back as, I guess, versatile or strong as Hill?
I don't remember. I mean, back in the day at North Dakota State, and we played a couple of guys at Iowa that were incredible, Arkham Wadley and that crew. But this guy's a special talent. It's gonna take all we've got to get him on the ground.
There's been a lot of talk about from everyone how this week feels the same and feels similar. This is a poor comparison, but when you guys were at North Dakota State, when you're going to go play Iowa or whatever, did those weeks feel the same, or was it hard not to have a different week in those situations?
When you get things the way you want them to be, the mentality is just the mentality. We're going to prepare no matter what's going on. And I know that sounds like coach speak, but that is actually, how we're trying to approach things. Maybe those guys feel a little bit more excitement, a little bit more energy because of the stage and whatever else. But as far as how we go about things, as far as how we evaluate and look at things, it's the same every week.